Aquarius, it's Regina at Tarot in Time. Let's jump into the month of July. So you are associated with two ruling planets. Your original ruler is the planet Saturn, the planet of restriction, hardship, but long-term success. Saturn is going into its retrograde period this month. So this is going to affect you, Aquarius. Your more modern day ruler is the planet Uranus, the oh wow planet, the anything can happen lightning bolt planet. And Uranus is going to be changing signs, which it doesn't do very often. It's been hanging out in the sign of Taurus since 2018. And on July 7th, it makes its move into the air sign of Gemini, where it will stay until 2033. So you're going into a lot of new times, Aquarius, and you've already been dealing with that because Pluto moved into your sign. Pluto, the planet of transformation and change that we've been talking about for months and months. And so we've got Pluto there, and now you have Uranus there. All right. So this is not going to be dull. This is not going to be a boring time for you. And your original ruler, Saturn, going through its retrograde period. Now, some lighter energy is that Venus is going to move into the sign of Gemini for almost the whole month of July. So Venus, relationships, harmony, it has to do with money, it has to do with self-value and love, is moving into the mutable air sign of Gemini, playful placement for it, July 4th through July 29th. This is going to form a trine, a harmonious triangle with you, and that is a good thing. So enjoy the harmony of Venus. This is a great time to kind of goof off, have a fun summer, pay attention to what's coming up during the Saturn retrograde, and allow divine insight and wonderful new ideas and opportunities to show up when Uranus enters your sign. Now, let's go over into the cards and see what you need to know this month, Aquarius. I'm going to just put a couple cards on the table, just overall what you need to know, and then we're going to go into a couple different themes. So let's put a couple cards on the table. I am working with the Herb Crafters Tarot because I love it so much. This is the Tarot of the New Visions, which is like a Rider-Waite version, but it's from a different angle, usually from the back angle. So it gives us a little different twist. I also have the Relative Tarot and the Relative Oracle. This is the Kickstarter version. It was later released as the Beloved Dead Oracle. I'm a big fan of all of it. So here we go. Your first card is the Eight of Fire. And this is Ginger in the Herb Crafters. So Eight of Fire, there's a lot going on. It's fiery. They're cooking in a pan. There's huge flames shooting up. We know that ginger gets things moving, right? Ginger's good for blood flow and it adds really wonderful flavor. So there's literally hot and spicy energy here for you, Aquarius. And you just want to keep those flames under control. Now let's see what your next one is the Queen of Pentacles. Speaking of control, we have an Earth Queen here, and she's very grounded. She's often called the Queen of the Hearth and the Home. And so a lot of activity on home, cooking, enjoying the simple pleasures of your life. The Queen of Pentacles feels very much like a Venus queen to me, like a Taurus queen. And so really lovely energy there. You also have the Hierophant. I like this version here that it's a woman. The Hierophant is a card of stability. Some people call it a Taurus card. And it's about connecting to your spirituality. I often think of it as a Sagittarius card because it has spiritual themes of connection. It's card number 5, so there's something there about change. And so there may be some changes in who you turn to for advice. There may be some changes in how you look at your spiritual connection. Okay, let's see what else we have here. We have the Vigor card. Okay, so he's looking healthy and fit. And so we started off with this like healthy cooking card. And so we see a lot of attention on like the physical body and maintaining health and well-being, enjoying the great outdoors, but also something here of almost like nature being your church kind of vibe. Okay, so these are your cards for the overview of the month. And for some reason, I just want to throw some dice on them. So I'm just going to do that. And I got Mercury in the 9th house in the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, So Mercury, the communicator, is going to be going into its retrograde this month in the sign of Sagittarius, a travel sign in the 9th house, Sagittarius's house. Now, as much as Sag is about travel, it's also about spirituality and your higher connection. And that's what I felt with the Hierophant here too. So you may, there's a lot here about speaking it, Mercury, like active in your life. And for some of you, I don't know, it's kind of getting like restaurant vibes, but also I just think that I get the vibe like, what is more spiritual than taking care of the physical body with respect and awe and honor and intention? That's the vibe that I'm getting from this, okay? All right, now what we're going to do here is we're going to make some piles here. And the first one is going to have themes of work. Now, this can be your career. This can be all the things that you need to attend to. And I had some feedback that some people felt that the piles got crisscrossed, and just go with whatever it is that you are getting here. I'm going to continue to use the themes here. So the first pile is work. The second pile is your home life. Third pile is love, and these three want to be there. And then, is there anything else important that Aquarius needs to know? And we got 3 cards there. All right, let's start off with work. So your first card that comes out is solidarity, okay? Together in the same agreement, right? Standing together for the same purpose. The Knight of Cups, the Knight of Chalices, and this is a Knight of creativity. He's a water knight. He's questing after emotional satisfaction. It's interesting that you can see what's going on here that we don't usually see. This is a different angle. Looks like this woman washed her hair in the water. She's squeezing her hair out. This gentleman's waving to the knight. Okay, so it feels like there's like, it's not scary energy. They're happy to see him. They're waving to him. And this is the card of emotional satisfaction here in your work life. We also had the sun, St. John's wort. So, you know, St. John's wort's a great plant to take here up in New England during the winter. It's almost like liquid sunshine. And now we have the sun card coming out. So it seems like there's a lot of joy here. The sun, there's a lot of visibility. When the sun card comes up, we can see what's really going on, and we can see who we're standing with. Okay. And, I don't know, it feels kind of joyous to me. So good vibes there in the work department. Let's go into the home life department. We've got the exploration card. So maybe you're home, maybe you're on trips, maybe you're out exploring. And the delusion card, very Pisces-like card. And do we only get 2 there? I'm going to put 1 more in there because those were both oracles. Let's put a tarot card in there into your home life, and it's the Hermit. Okay, this is our card of the year, and this is Virgo energy. And the Hermit has themes of health and well-being. And we kind of picked that up at the top here, that there was a lot of focus on health, about simple living, about taking care of the body. And so we've got this Virgo-related card of the Hermit. And so maybe you're on a pursuit. Maybe you're doing a lot of hiking or a lot of walking, or maybe you're exploring what works for you and what heals you. But I see a lot of repeated health energy here in your home life. Also, the Hermit needs a lot of alone time. So make sure that you get that and like exploration maybe on your own time. And this delusion card to me feels like some great movies and some great creative time. Now, over here in the love department, we have the 6 of Pentacles. This reminds me of like somebody busking. Like she's got her instrument in one hand and she looks like she's asking for money in her hat. So we see some kind of exchange, financial exchange, or maybe someone's asking of your time and energy. You have the 3 of Cups here, which reminds me of like a family tree. And it looks like you have a lot of gentlemen kind of staring at you in present time. And you have the 4 of Wands, which is a beautiful card of, it's like usually 4 of Wands shows like a wedding. We see these women almost like inviting you in or dancing. There's a lot of connection here. So you've got connection here with the 3 of Cups. You've got connection here with the 4 of Wands. And then you have the 6 of Pentacles. I need a little clarity on the 6 of Pentacles. So let me just get one more card about what that's about. What is the Six of Pentacles about here for Aquarius in the love department? What is that about? We got two cards jumping. One is the World card, Pachamama and Pachamama. I'm not too familiar with that. Let's use the little book here and see what it says. Now, the World card is definitely a card of success. It's a card of closure. It's the card of a job well done. This says, weave a rainbow that makes the world whole. Share your sacred work. Love wins. Pachamama, World Mother, is a sovereign deity of Inca mythology who represents all that is whole, beloved, and complete. Like you, she is a being of great power who has the ability to create life through joy and pain. The lessons you have integrated on your journey may present themselves as if new, but honor them as the herbs of the aces are honored, as old friends who come bringing new gifts. As a new monarch butterfly returns, complete the journey of migration. The cycle of life goes on. That's really beautiful. All right. And what was the other one? The other one was the Emperor, Hemlock. Okay. So in the love department, we got closure. We've got the Emperor, which is really fresh energy because the Emperor's Aries and it's like, I am. So there may be some changes going on in your love department. I think a lot of your love is coming in through friends and family this month, but there's something here of like asking for what you want, or almost like she's playing music and asking for something in return. And so I think you really need to ask for what you want in relationships. And I see something changing and going into some new territory, but I think it's in a very positive way. All right. Now, let's see what we've got here. Last pile was anything else Aquarius needs to know. Here's the Seven of Pentacles. Interesting with like this, like almost like ghost figure flying above. And so we see the attention here on the pentacles, on the hard work, on things, you know, slowly paying off. But we can almost see like she's flying ahead, almost pointing ahead. And so things are moving in the right direction. It just may feel a little stagnant. Here's the Eight of Swords, feeling stuck. All right, very human card. And then here is the Emperor for the second time. I like the turtle here. I like how we can see the back of him, and it's set in stone. We can see his followers in front of him. All right, the Emperor doesn't rush into things. The Emperor is the boss, and the Emperor is also into recreation of self. It's associated with I am. So please, if you feel stagnant or you feel stuck or you feel like you're just doing the same thing all the time, things are going to shift. Focus on your health and well-being, the simplicity of life, the nature of life. I think things at work look pretty positive for you, and your home life, it seems that you're searching for something, but I do think that you will find that completion. It's just going to take a little bit longer. All right. So I'm going to push these cards to the side, and I'm going to go into your week by week for the month of July using our cute little golden Art Nouveau tarot deck. And let's see what you need to know, Aquarius, these 5 weeks of July. All right. So week 1, so many notes here. Week 1 is the week that we have the 4th of July. And where are you? The pieces I want here. All right. So we go into, look at all these papers. These are all from the month ahead. And if you haven't listened to the month ahead, please make sure that you do. It has more details about the month of July. So this first week is 4th of July week. It is when Venus makes its move into Gemini. It's when Neptune retrograde begins. And you have the 8 of Pentacles. So you just see there's a lot of hard work going on. And he's just kind of keeping at it there. Now, week 2 is the week of the Capricorn full moon. This is when your ruler Uranus moves into Gemini on Tuesday. And Saturn retrograde begins at the end of the month. And you have the King of Wands, Fire King, wanting to go and do and see and live and travel. So we have a lot of fiery spice going on there. Almost feels like that ginger card in the beginning. So a strong desire for movement there on the second week, the 7th through the 13th. Then we move into the next week, and this is the week that Mercury retrograde starts on the 18th. So all final purchases need to be made before then. And we'll have a couple planets retrograding. Let's see what we've got. We've got the Chariot. So your strongest card shows up here. This is a card, a Cancer card about intuition, a trusting intuition to move you forward, to overcome many obstacles. So make sure you're trusting feeling. If you need to plan, because this is a card of movement, and we know that Mercury rules roadways and pathways and travel. If you have travel plans to make, even though we're in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, get that booked before, I would say before the 17th, okay? Now, the 20th, the week of the 20th to the 20th, and this is the week, what happens this week? This is the week that the sun changes signs to Leo. And remember, Leo is right across from you. So as we get to this point in the month, you're going to have an opposition with the sun. So an opposition, each side wants something. And Leo is joy and fun and the heart chakra. And we move into the Leo new moon this week on Thursday, the 24th. So we want to be true to ourselves. We want to have fun. We want to speak our truth with gentleness, because we know we're going to revisit everything because it's a Mercury retrograde, plus a whole other bunch of planets retrograding. And you have the Knight of Swords, full speed ahead. All right. So you have a lot of energy to want to get up and go. But please remember, especially in your conversations, this will all be revisited. Now we move into the final week of the month, and this is when Venus makes its move into Cancer on the 30th. This is when Chiron retrograde begins. And then the following week, we'll head into the Aquarius full moon, your full moon. And so here you are, and you have the Devil card here. So the Devil card asks us, who's got the power here? How much is guilt, shame, old storylines running the show? But this is also a card of very big business, okay? And so we saw a lot of positive energy in your business pile there earlier. So it looks like week 3 and week 5 are the more intense weeks for you, more lessons to be learned for you. And make sure that you're really taking your time and really looking at things that final week and not rushing into things. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to use the charms. Big bowl of charms here, punch bowl of charms. Let's throw some onto the calendar and see what Aquarius needs to know. It's always fun picking up all these charms around the room later. All right, let's see. I'm going to flip some of these Scrabble letters and see what you've got. Interesting. You didn't get that many on the board. So do we have any vowels? I don't think we have any vowels, but maybe you can find initials, anything like that. All right, so let's start up at the top. We have a G. We have another G and an H. G, G, H. We have the word how. Got a smiley face, like a crossing guard here, piece of smoky quartz, and Libra with the scales of justice up there at the top. We also have a little fox, okay? So G, G, H, and how. And let's see as we go down here. Let's see. We have a family crest symbol landing on the 1st of July. And we have the word who over on the 5th of July. All right, so interesting who you're hanging out with around the 5th of July. Then we have activity, another G on the 12th. So you have 4 G's. And most of the energy landed here on the 15th of July. You have the letter S, you have the 4 of spades, and you have a little letter here. All right, the 14th, kind of into the 15th, and the 16th, this says Lords, and it's got some reference to Mother Mary here. On the 18th is the word where. So that's like your busiest time. And then most of these letters fell over here on the 28th of the month, UGT, or whatever order that you want to put those in. Okay. So please see if any of this makes sense to you. If any of these are initials or anything that catches you here. There's another symbol for Mother Mary down at the bottom. And I don't know, HG Home Goods. I don't know. That's about all I got there. All right. Oh, you also have an R over here in the corner. So you can put the R up there too. And Aquarius, I hope that this was helpful for you. And please have a fabulous month.